Cabinet okays real-time source study to combat air pollution. It will suggest actions to systematically reduce air quality deterioration. So, Delhi Cabinet on Friday approved a real-time source apportionment study within the aim to combat air pollution in the society. What do you mean by source apportionment? Meaning, what are the various sources of the air pollution? What are the various gases that come out of that pollute this air pollution? What are its sources? And then how much source contribute to what? So to what percentage of source contribute to what extent? So this is what is called as apportionment. To assess and arrive at the extent to which each factor or a source that contributes to that and quantify that magnitude. Is it 30%, 40%, 50%? Then what are the other remaining gases? Hydrogen sulfide, sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide. As you know, all these are some of the air pollutant agents that have been found to be added. The gases. This project, Delhi Cabinet has approved because Delhi, as you know, is the most polluted city in India and one of the most polluted city in the world. And recently we had this odd and even dates of number of car plates to be applied only on those days. Too many active measures have been taken by the Delhi government because it happens to be the capital also, and so there is a very serious problem with the air pollution. So, and every day it is on the increase. Now the air pollution is being caused not only by the pollution gases that are produced in the Delhi, they are also from the Haryana burning of the gas, stubble burning, and also the fields when they are dried, they set on fire, and from the Haryana and the nearby villages surrounding this Delhi and surrounding the provinces of the Delhi. So this clearly shows that Delhi is exposed to a lot of pollution in that sense, and every day it seems to be on the increase. So the project actually aims to identify sources of pollution on real-time basis to initiate mitigation measures against the real-time basis. Now, find out which of the gas is causing to what extent. Okay, let's say sulfur dioxide 40%, hydrogen sulfide 30%, carbon monoxide 30%, like that. So identify and then take serious measure to curb that source, regulate that source, or also neutralize or dilute that pollution and combat that effectively that pollution. So find out the apportionment. So a study has been will be taken up to assess the sources, apportionment, and also thereby, by knowing the sources and apportionment, we can come out with an effective strategy to combat or launch the mitigation measures. What are the factors responsible for the spike in pollution at any particular spot in Delhi? Well, as you can see, the various pollution sources like vehicular combustion, as it is called, that is the gases coming out of smoke, the vehicles is called vehicular combustion. So those vehicles and the dust, as you know, biomass burning, various types of burning in the fields, or gases, or the wastage, garbage being burned, stubble burning. These are all happening in the fields and outside in the deserted areas, and emissions from industries. Now, this is a major source of pollution. So, sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, the hydrogen sulfide, nitrogen peroxide, and nitrogen dioxide, major gases that are found to be culprits. And these are the gases. And what are the sources coming out of the vehicular combustion? Today, it is becoming increasingly dense with the number of cars on the road and airtight traffic and bumper to bumper traffic because of too many cars that the citizens are using. And as a result, there is a huge scope for vehicular combustion pollution. Then the dust, of course, as you know, in 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the evening, you see a huge crowd and fog kind of thing gathering. It is commonly seen in Delhi and Calcutta. So it looks as if the sun is going to set by 4 or 5 before the sunset itself, because of that kind of dust gathering storm kind of thing that is happening. There's on the various types of emissions from industry. So there are in and around many industries that have been permitted earlier now happen to be polluting. You are all aware about the Madura oil refinery and damage it caused to the world monument, one of the famous monument, Taj Mahal. So these are all the reasons why there is the pollution that is going on. The study will be conducted by a team from IIT Kanpur, IIT Delhi, Energy and Resource Institute, and IISER Mohali. So it will be a very, very high-level study and a very scientific study with a view to achieve a purpose to combat effectively this emission of the gases, control thereby air pollution. Study said that the project will provide daily and weekly forecasting of air quality. So it's like weather forecasting. We will have how much forecasting carbon dioxide in the air, carbon monoxide in the air, hydrogen sulfide in the air, or the sulfur dioxide in the air. All that can be measured on a daily basis, weekly basis. So like a weather report, we can study also pollution report. Already EQI, that is the air quality index, is already discussed, as you know. So there are many quality indices to decide about the level of air pollution present in the atmosphere. So, and more so in Delhi. The developed mobile laboratory. So what they will do is they will have a mobile laboratory. You might have seen this for the motor vehicles department having a station at different places where you can go for your car check whether it is emitting too much of combustion, pollution beyond the permissible limits. Okay. So likewise, there will be a mobile laboratory which will provide apportionment of the sources. It will directly say, for example, in each river, there is Vasant Vihar, Karol Bagh example. Now, to know what kind of pollution there in each locality, with respect to each locality, each segment, each area of the municipality, they will identify the sources, apportionment of the sources at multiple locations, and the laboratory will be perhaps the first of its kind in the world to tell you about the apportionment of the sources and also the different multiple locations so that we can take steps to regulate, curb, and also combat this air pollution. That is the important. As you can see, how do you measure the air pollution? You measure the air pollution in terms of SPM, suspended particulate matters. So what is the suspended? A thin trace paper is taken and kept at the highest tall building, and so that all these gases attract this paper, and the paper attracts this, and all the dust particle, the smoke and all that kind of just land into this paper, and then this is measured by after taking it at the end of the day. So what is the level of pollution that we have? So in that way we can measure the pollution, and that way a laboratory can be built up and we can take steps. But the very important thing is about this composition of particulate matter. So this word is called particulate, PM. How many particles are suspended in the air? That is called particulate. They could be aerosols. So potassium, sodium, calcium, aluminium, right? Selenium, right? Cobalt, arsenic, ferrous, then zinc, copper, lead. Okay, all these are very, very important. All these are given primary aerosols. These are all primary aerosols, all these. Now the secondary aerosols can be sulfates, nitrates, and ammonia, and also the organic aerosols. Okay, these all are responsible for causing a different kind of, there may be overlap, but primary and secondary gas primarily come together to form very major pollutants. And what are the harmful effects of the pollution? Harmful effects of the pollution is inhalation of that will lead to for a human population, allergies, asthmatic disorders, respiratory tract infection for small children, upper respiratory tract infections, for adults and old age people, respiratory tract infection, acute respiratory distress syndrome, and bronchitis, and there is also obstructive pulmonary diseases, medically speaking. All these are the net result of all this pollution upon the human population. And cold, cough, all these are very, very frequent. Then there is also the other important thing is they corrode the various surfaces, buildings, they corrode the things, and they act detrimentally, have a corrosive effect upon the surface of the environment. So they damage plants. You might have seen in many places near the when there is a pollution near the factory, all the plants, their leaves will be there with the particle. You can't see the tree at all. Totally particles on the leaves deposition. I was seeing this in the Singareni collieries. So when I was Collector Adilabad passing by, I never used to see a green tree at all. It used to be totally dust ridden, coal dust ridden, totally black. Even the leaves were black, and leaves were deposited in the black, holding them. So it was so bad in that sense. So this is the corrosion effect, that is the damaging effect on the surfaces of the environment. And they damage flora and fauna, and also ecological damage, and corrosive effect on the smooth surfaces about the surfaces in the environment, and also damage the plantations, and also harm the living organisms like animals, and in particular human beings, all types of allergies, asthma, and all the diseases that we discuss now. So that is about the importance, and that's why there is a need to study, and it's time that they can take the bull by the horn, meaning instead of beating about the bush, they can take the fight directly. What is causing source, and how much is that percentage, and then how it can be checked, then how it can be controlled, so that, and what could be the predictions. They can have a projection and predictions, and accordingly they can take steps to combat effectively and regulate this effectively. There are many pollution detoxification plants, and what is called as a neutralization plant, and they are called, they neutralize the pollution. So, but they are not in the mechanism, they are not in the place in many industries, don't follow that. So there are violations that. So the departments like industries and motor vehicles, they all coordinate very effectively and check the level of polluted emissions coming out from cars, from these industries. There can be a great, and also using detoxification process of this, okay, and combating the pollution with it, so that before release of the gas from the industry, it can be neutralized and made less harmful, and then can be emitted. So this is quite possible, and it can be done in that sense. Okay, that is the most important thing about this particular topic about the cabinet okaying real-time source study to combat air pollution.